to put your foot here and then pull to safety. You also have the compression button. It's always sort of demarked with a blue button, so you always want to be careful about that as well. The same thing, you'll pull it. If that's not pulled, this thing's going to flip over like that. You'll be like, wow, this thing's broken. Something's wrong with it. But it's not. It's really just usually the button, the compression button. And as I said, I don't really like to, sometimes when I start, I stand up. I feel like I have more control of it, but that's not necessarily the proper procedure. But best way, foot down, like this, safety out, compression button, right? It's not sticking. I don't believe it's designed to have your foot wedged in there to hold the throttle. Multiple reasons, but really not necessary for what we're talking about now. But so when you ladder up, consider that you're not going to step off and your roof is at this height. Quite often the roof is going to be here. So you're going to have to step over a wall. So we set up this ladder, and this is a good situation. You're going to have typically 2 guys going on the roof, 2 or 3 people. So you put the ladder up, you remember the rule, you reach out, this is probably, you probably want to go a little bit more. So like sort of just resting your hands with your feet, that feels sort of comfortable. But be careful the surface you're also putting the ladder on. This really wants to slip out from you. So having somebody foot this ladder while you go up is a must always, but even more in this case because as you saw, it's pretty dangerous, So a couple things. We started the saws, we got them ready, we figured out how to start them. Now we have to get it to the roof. We're like, all right, great, the saw is good, I'm comfortable that it runs and can do my job appropriately. So you get to the bottom of the ladder, you have your crew, and you say, all right, there's 2 options. You know it's working order, you could shut it off. You could potentially, as your own self, go up, I have it footed, climb up, maybe set it on the wall and go over, right? But be aware you have guys down from underneath you that you drop this, you're going to bump your friend in front. Each of us should have his personal rope. If you don't, talk to your equipment officer. This is key. Many scenarios. Pulling tools, search, rescue. If you don't have this, you need to talk to your equipment officer immediately. Because everyone was issued to it in the department. So it also comes with a carabiner. So this carabiner is tied to the end. So as you see, Chris made a very easy connection. You don't have to worry about knots. You got big gloves. It's almost impossible to use the big gloves and tie specialty knots. So all you do, clip, put in. It's easy. You can do that with your gloves. You can do it when it's smoky. You can do it when it's dark. And so communication, proper communication. So Chris was here. I'd like to be, as the officer, I'd like to be, foot in the ladder and have Chris assist and with the lifting of the tool. So Lewis is up top. He's going to start applying pressure on it. Be careful. See, he's still holding because you don't want the thing to swing, whack into the wall. He's going to be pulling up at a certain point.
Got it, buddy.
Got it. And then you get it up there safely. Nobody's at hazard. So we're on the roof. This is where we're making the cut. We can radio down to the officer below, up to command. We're on the roof. We've got the location where we're going to make our cut. Communicate. We're on the roof. All 3 of us are on the roof safely. We're about to make our cut. So work as a team, like we just showed you how to cut. Here's your section of roof. We want to just make a, just make a line as a cut.
Does it just start with 1, I guess?
Yep.
So every...
Yep. Pretty good position, depending on the wind. He'll probably be the one who's going to either flip this roof open, this cut she makes, or by pushing in, or by actually lifting it up, depending on the scenario.
It's pretty natural to get cozy up there. When he was stepping over, you kind of like when you're going in together, you got to be tight. So
I would actually have a grip on her, and as she's moving with it, because she also has communication. But because if something happens, she slips. and she goes in, you know, you want to make you're backing up, you're protecting the person in front of you, whatever, whoever it may be. So
Also,
be conscious of that.
That front of the building might have that nice big parapet wall, but the rear of the building is probably going to have nothing. The rear of the building might be off. This building might be offset to the other building, so now I'm cutting backwards. I go right off the back of the building. I'm not going to feel anything. So the guide man, I'm cutting. My eye should be right there on the roof. My guide man is doing this. She's looking around. James could even be removed all the way over to here as long as it's safe, listening to the radio. He's the guy who's going to hear the chief say, "Get off the roof, get off the roof." We're going to be, guys are like, it's not going to hear that. We're cut. He's going to be removed with the radio. Listen.
All right, good job.
No, but no, I think he can do it. He can do it.
Well, okay.
He's like,
Check the roof. Check the roof.
because this cut here, you're
Right. Stamp it up. Feel pretty good. Okay.
You can do it from here.
Good.
Well, I cut theoretically just a roof.
Right.
Not ruined.
But to
You
your
said I'm
point,
gonna throw the rope down.
I heard him say it. He said, "Watch out, everyone! I'm throwing you."
I did it twice.
He stood up nice and easy. As I told you, it's really strong at the surface. You may, as you're moving back,
I did it
still
twice.
feel out. You know, feel
I
out.
was very close to the guy, and I didn't know him real well.
Oh, you got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to feel like I was molested. You know? I want to know I'm not going off the roof.
That's right. I agree.
Okay, good. All right.
Especially the guy.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, you're going up too. I'm sorry. Good deal. Yeah, it's a nasty animal.
Maybe get the saw. You wanna make sure it's still working. You're making the cuts. So it was a 7, 9, and then 8.
7, 9, and an 8.
So you cut.
It's a coffin cut.
You're standing where you are. You know, you make this long cut, and then you reach out and make this. So that's your 7, right? And then you make the 9. You know, you're gonna go this way, and then you turn it into an 8. And I'll draw it out on the chalkboard side for when we leave. But basically speaking, we're on a pitched roof. You know, you're gonna make a cut here and a cut here, and your 2 cuts this way and that way. And you're right, you can overturn this very easily, very rapidly, and very safely.
And I've seen a couple of times people cut. You know, did a great job. Did a great job as far as not cutting the strut. You scored the roof. You get a piece out, and you're sitting there. No smoke's coming out. There is sheetrock and other stuff underneath that you got to get down in there. Unfortunately, you got to eat some smoke, and you need to open that hole.
You don't want to be dragging the guard. You have to be up and buried. And really walk behind this one, because like I said, the chainsaw is going to stop where you have the bar break. This one you don't. So if you drag this one across your foot,
Full throttle, drop it in.
Yeah.
You know, let the tool do its work. Like I said, no cut, no angles. Don't let the tool do its work. Don't try to make turns with it. Straight, smooth, clean cuts.
So Rohan and I were talking before. This is no good with the part. So boxing stance, like you're gonna fight somebody, and then you're bringing it right here. You know, you can't hurt yourself. Straight cut, right back. I'm stopping. I'm turning. Another boxing stance. None of this. That's obviously what's gonna happen. You cut your toes off.
and when you bring this out of the wood, put it back in. Stop the blade. And then start your next cut. Otherwise, it's just sitting there full bore. Lever right here, you pull up. You can change it.
Yeah.
So,
You're there though, I can't even see where the blade is.
right.
Like this.
But you really want to bury this in a little further like that, up a little more, a bigger angle.
Yeah, but and he'd be standing on it.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard because we're just not standing on the pallet. If you're on the roof, you want to run it like that, not down low.